Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wednesdays. Heather's, this is what, and now if you are an 80s girl like Heather and I, you will really love the reference of Heather's in our thing today. This is what we're doing. Did you know, Heather? I don't know if I've ever told you this. I may have, because I like to tell Heather's this. Did you know that Heather, the name Heather, has the most severe drop off of popularity than any other name in American history?
I could see that because I haven't seen Heather's around
It's
since.
just our generation and then gone.
I know. I know.
And I think our name is like kind of the best. That's the thing. I'm like, I feel bad for everybody whose name isn't Heather because
I yeah.
it's a good
Yeah.
name. It's a good name. But
It's
yeah,
very
I think I blame the movie Heathers when they all turn out to be psychopaths. That's why the name took a turn for the worse.
opposite of that. We're super nice. So there's that.
I
So
haven't killed anybody yet.
I nope, I haven't either. I haven't either. So
We're ahead of the game here, ladies and
we are.
gentlemen. Okay, guys, if you do not know Queen Heather Feiring, you are about to, and she's the greatest. Just real quick, Heather, how many times have you been Queen of Sales in your seminar?
Three times I've been queen. It was 2015, 18, and 19. I was queen.
How many times have you been in the top three?
Um, this will be year number 10.
So you're in the top three again.
Oh shoot, I told secrets.
She's so awesome. She's so awesome. And then how many times have you been in the top 10?
Um, well, 13.
And
I
you
think I've
don't
been in
know
the
the
top 20.
answer.
I think the top 20 I've been in 17 times, something like that. So,
Okay. So that's called establishing credibility. When we do things like that, what that means is get your notebook and your pen and get ready because what she's about to teach you, she taught me. So if you're like me, in our Mary Kay world, in our training world, which is so wonderful. Everybody shares their ideas and they're wonderful. And they just come across your computer and your phone. And I'm like, okay. I should check that out. Oh, that sounds really good. Oh, I like that. Um, and sometimes I don't even open them at all. And there's some really awesome gold in there. And so Heather, was it last year? I think it was a year ago. She jumped on a call with my directors and I and taught us about the what do you call it? What's your what do you call this system? Deals?
uh, well, building deep and wide, that.
Building deep and wide, but like specifically this deals, like what do you
Oh,
call when you teach it?
um, I, uh, I call it Monica's special deals because that's
Okay.
what I just refer to it at because the genius behind it is a consultant, a director by the name of Monica Gabo, which is a personal friend of mine. And here's the crazy part. The real I when it comes to selling product, I love selling. I sell a ton of it. And so when she told me about this, she goes, Heather, you've got to try this out. This was in October, and a few years back. And she told me again about it in November and December. January rolls around. She's still telling me about it. February. Finally, like about the 21st of March, not even like the beginning of March, like the 21st of March. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try it. And lo and behold,
You were already a super seller at that point.
mhm, yeah.
Okay.
So this has only been like 3, 4 years ago that I've started really implementing this. It was at that moment that I started using it and I'm like, stop it. Stop it. It was great because the goal, my focus is with my customers is to build deep and wide, to have a lot of customers. Okay, that's the deep on all the different product lines. We start with skincare and we get them in color. And then, there's supplements and then there's men's cares and there's gift giving and all of these things. Because one thing about women that I know is like, we like to collect all four. We finally like a jewelry brand. And then all of a sudden we want everything from that jewelry brand. Or you find a pair of shoes that you absolutely love and then you get them in all the colors. So my goal is with my customers is I want them to everything in their bathroom says Mary Kay. because if they're not, they're going to be less likely to buy something that doesn't match all the other things. It's one of the things that I've kind of learned about women because I do it myself. So what was happening with this special deals is that I keep this flyer in my phone in my favorites. And anytime a customer orders product, I say this word. I said, hey, you qualify for one, two, three items, depending on what size their order is. I said, you qualify for one item from this special deals flyer. Here's the kicker. And this is the word, this is the statement you want to write down. Okay. I don't ask them, do you want
This
to buy
one's
something?
good. This one's
Mhm,
good because I still use it.
mhm. I say to them, is there anything that catches your eye? I'm not asking if they want to buy, and a lot of times, they're seeing things that they want to purchase, but they may not because the money only goes so far. And people, when they see that word 50% off, it just does something to our psyche that thinks we're getting a really good deal. So if you choose not to do any sort of specials all year long and you just focus on this, your customers are getting a deal. You're still making the same amount of money regardless, but you're moving more products, so your star is higher. You're getting to court your year-end court faster as well too. They're trying something new that they're going to wash down the drain every single morning, and if they love it, they're going to reorder it, and that's really super exciting.
There, I mean, there's so it's like a compound effect. It's like it's hard to like when you look at everything that can happen from using this one piece of paper, it can do it does this and it does this and it does this and it just checks all the boxes of building deep and wide and and earning the sparkly things and
Absolutely.
going on stage and earning the bling. So it doesn't matter where your goal, Heather, I'm big on, because we talked about this the other day, attaching a personal goal to a business goal. So I want you to get the shiny things, of course, because if I figure if they're giving me if they're giving out diamonds, I should probably get one. But I want it to be attached to something. And there's so many things that this deal sheet really attaches together. So being able to service your customers at a super high level and making everything a win-win. I love it because it helps you and it helps them. And I don't want to do anything in this business in life if it's not a win-win for everybody involved. And so, okay, so I'm going to pull this up on screen share and I want you to take us through this specifically. Tell us how this sheet, because you are a part of the creation of this as well, right? Like,
Yeah.
why do you do these things? And tell us about that.
Right. So probably about a year and a half ago, if you've been using this sheet, you probably noticed that there was a color palette that showed up. And I actually said to Monica, I said, what if we had featured like a color palette every single quarter? And we just tried it the one time, and I never sold so much color ever because women, again, if we just had all of the eyeshadows, it's almost too much. It's overwhelming. But when we had just a simple look put together, they bought it. And don't feel bad if your customers already have a color look. I mean, if you were to go into my bathroom right now, into my makeup bag, I probably have anywhere from 4 to 6 of these little petite palettes put together because I just want to go, what am I going to wear today? What do I feel like? And I grab that particular look or the season, and that's what I put on my eyes. And typically what we do, the strategy behind it is we look at the season, we look at, what potentially is going to be, maybe selling out and not use those things, or maybe we will, depending on the situation. So like even like what I'm wearing right now, I think that would be a great one for the next one because it's the cinnamon look from the 6 looks that the company has put together for us for this makeover contest as well too. So this it helps me move more color. So typically one of the things, and I just learned this yesterday, so this is not even my own idea. Um, I learned that if you in your My Customers on InTouch use a tag, of all the products that your customers reorder a lot, and you can actually create a tag. You can actually search so let's say you have people who use the ferulic plus niacinamide brightener. You could actually go in, figure out all the customers that use it, say, hey, your ferulic is on special this month. When you purchase $50 worth of product, you can actually get your ferulic for just 19. Is there anything that you need to keep yourself looking gorgeous? So that was a tip that I learned yesterday on how to actually utilize this a little bit more full. Now, here's the fun part. There are rules. So for me, rules are more like guidelines. So even if a customer only orders $25, okay, I know the rule says every $50, but I'm going to send this to her regardless. Okay, whatever her order is. Because again, I'm making $12.50 off of her order. But if I can move more volume, again, she's feeling like she's getting a deal, and then I'm getting her on something else that she wouldn't normally use as well too. So it's been super exciting. So that's what I do. So again, I break the rules, but you can, if you want to follow them. But if you're like me, you can do whatever works for your business.
I rarely have somebody, like, let's say they order $35 worth of product, come through on my website order, and I will immediately message them. Now, I already have sent this out into my customer base proactively at the beginning of the month. I posted it in my groups, I've texted it out, I've done all those things. But immediately I will text them and say, oh my gosh, girl, you're only $15 away from something for half price. Is there anything that catches your eye? And I rarely. I'm trying to think, maybe a couple of times they go, no, I'm good. Most of the time they go, ooh, yes, I've been wanting to try.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing because
Mhm.
that's one of the big time game changers that this sheet will do is it gets them on more product to try.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
that's how you build deep and wide.
Yeah. And the other fun part about this is that you can actually, feature these. If you have a customer Facebook page, you can actually feature some of the benefits. Say, hey, this is a product that's on our special deals. This is a little bit about this product. So that we are constantly, the goal of your customer Facebook group really is all about not necessarily sales. Yes, sales are going to happen, but it's about continuing to teach people how to use the product because the more confidence they have about using product, the more product they're going to use. It's kind of like, I've always said, men don't like to ask for directions because they automatically should think they know where they're going. I've always felt that with men. Women are kind of the same way. We think we should know everything about skincare and makeup, and we don't want to look stupid. We don't want to ask for help. So if we're just continuing to layer and to teach, and then this becomes just an extension of of that teaching, and then they're using more product, all that good stuff. So if you're looking to amp up your game, to like increase what you've done, to get your this was a game changer for me. And it took me 6 months with the person who created it to get it going. And once I did, it's made all the difference. And I have so much fun with this. So much fun.
It is so fun. And that's like it's not a fancy anything. It's just fun. A couple things. I remember when you first told me that a woman is supposed to know things about skincare and makeup, and when they don't feel confident, they feel stupid and they don't want to ask. That
No.
right there has changed the way that I engage with people. It has changed my expectation of people. I think we get frustrated that you put this stuff on social media or you put this out and like nobody responds. And no, think about it from the perspective of I have no idea what she's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have no idea how to do what she does. And I am sure not going to message her and tell her that. We don't like to look vulnerable. We don't like any of those things. And so that was a game changer for me when you said that. Also on this sheet, so I do a ton of messenger parties. I'm obsessed with messenger parties. I don't do a closing sheet. This is my closing sheet. And so it has, once again, it's super easy. For every $50 you spend, you get 50% off items. Like how it's so simple, but it's incredibly beneficial for, I mean, can you imagine going to the grocery store and going, okay, for every $50 you get to pick one item half off. I'm like, dude, I need some of that health food stuff that costs a fortune over there. Like, I mean, I could get so much stuff. Like it would be such a game changer. I also think every time I see this, if you ever struggle with social media content, this is your social media content for the next 2 weeks. If you focus on these things, then you do a post and a reel and a story every week about mineral facial sunscreen on the first week, and then do a live on Biscotti Blossom Glam, and then post pictures in your story. Like, you're just feeding and layering and reiterating people's confidence level. They will buy it when they know how to use it, but it becomes familiar. And about the third or fourth time they see it, they're like, oh yeah, I do want that Biscotti and Blossom Glam thing. That would be really cool. So because you layered in there, and I think people struggle with social media. Like, what do I put out there? Well,
Absolutely.
here's your content plan right here.
And I just threw away, well, hold on. So I just threw away the June special deals as well too. The fun part is what we like to choose for products is really kind of beneficial toward the season that we're in. So if you're seeing, why do you see the mineral sunscreen, is because we do need a sunscreen. So you, that way, when you were saying creating content, it's like, teaching people about using SPF 50 versus a physical sunblock. What's the difference between those two things? The ferulic, why did we put that in there? Because when people choose not to use sunscreen, they get a tan or they get a burn, which is damaged skin. A dark spot is something that will happen from 20 years ago that's going to show up on their skin. So they need to actually, that's going to be something that they can use to reverse that dark spot. Waterproof eyeliner, waterproof mascara. People right now are going to the pools and, things are falling off their face. So we're really focusing on things that are for the moment, that are pertinent to the season as well too. So like Heather said, this is content. Absolutely.
I mean, it's just genius. So, do you happen to have any numbers for us? I don't know if you do, if you've run those numbers, what the difference is between, um, let's say, how much more product your customers are on, and then also what has it done to your sales, like your bottom line of your retail sales for the year? Because you guys, I mean, you understand that you're not making profit on any of these items, but it does boost your retail just like you would if you were making 50% profit. So you're not getting the profit, but it does help your standings in your unit, your princess court, your national court, all of those things. So do you have any numbers for us on that? Curious.
Well, the one number that pops into my brain is that typically when I have customer orders that come in, I will honestly tell you, probably 8 out of 10 of my customers will take advantage of this. That is one big number. So when you're doing, for me, if you're doing, 40 or 50 or more orders, customer orders a month, or maybe even 10, that means you've got 80, eight customers ordering more product. And with the average product being about 20, I think it's $20 an item, you're adding another 160 wholesale to your orders every single month. If you have just 10 customers ordering, $20 an item, if they just have one more item. So that is huge in your standing. So that's going to get you further star wise. As far as additional numbers that come, that's the one that probably stands out the most for me. But what I will tell you is that when I do like big specials, like during Black Friday, I do have an event that I do every single April where I do a sell-a-thon and I move massive amounts of product. And I'll do these deals, and these deals are, helping me to move just massive, massive product. So I guess that's what I've got for you. That is about 8 out of 10 customers will say yes to this double deals. If every single item is around $20 an item, you're looking at another, $160 worth of product that is being added wholesale to your total every single month, just with this one focus.
That is so awesome. That's so awesome. And guys, I don't know if you've paid attention to where we had the experiment last year of a 700 wholesale to get the prizes. That experiment is over. Now we're back down to 600. So there is no reason why when you do your deals that you can't bump to that 600 wholesale. Very simply, what do you know the numbers of how many customers would need to take advantage of this to order a 600 wholesale? You have any idea?
Um, you know what? I do. Let me see if I have it here really quickly. to do a 600 wholesale every single month, is this a good number? It is 56 items sold.
Okay.
56 items sold, which is 14 items a week.
Okay.
So you can equate it like that. So if you've got, again, if you just have 10 customers ordering and they're ordering, let's say 2 items each, okay, but eight are, so that's 20 items plus an additional eight. Now you've bumped it up, so you're telling 28 items. So you're almost there. So if you have 20 customers who are buying 2 items each, and then, so that way that number would be easy to hit.
Nice. Guys, that's such a great place to start. Anybody starting off right now is how many customers can take advantage of this deal? How many items can I sell with these deals? And just start small. If you can start in July and capture that 600, that's key because that's what you can build on the rest of the year. But Heather helped me, number one hype girl here, to go for a goal that I've never gone for before. But what gave me courage, my hype girl Heather, but also winning early. If you can win early in the year, you can start to see, okay, I could go for a little bit more. I could be a sapphire star this first quarter. And like you just have to stack wins. And that it's so key. And right here, how many customers can I get to take advantage of this deal? It's a
Yep.
great question to get rolling.
Absolutely. And like you were saying, when you say stack wins, wins accumulate. So even just focusing back on that 600 wholesale every single month, how do you sell $1,200 retail so that you're profiting 600 wholesale and you have the money to be able to hit that? And, it takes a little bit of time. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts as just a little itty bitty pebble, but it keeps rolling and you keep adding things to it. And then all of a sudden, it just snowballs into something huge. But you got to start. And so you're going to have to push a little bit this month to hit that 600. Next month, you'll probably have to push again. But eventually, next June, it's just going to automatically happen. So let 600 be that focus, that win that you focus on every single month. Focus on selling the products. It's 56 items. 56 items, and then you can get there faster with your customers being able to get a fun deal besides.
I love that. And in your big ticket items, so I had a customer, and this boggles my mind every single time it happens, but it happens every single time, is I had a customer order like $460 from me during my Epic sales event in June. Okay. So big, nice order, good chunk of stuff. She called me yesterday and ordered $280 a month apart. And we think, oh, my customers are all tapped out. Oh, they are not. But then she added four deals at half price. So that 270 just, I mean, I just added like an 80 wholesale to that order and she's making out like a bandit. Like, she's so excited about her things. It's crazy. These things can, so how many items did I sell in one fell swoop yesterday towards my 56 items? I
Absolutely.
love that tracking.
And the other thing to think about is like, so what are some additional strategies to help you sell products? Number one, for me, birthdays. If you haven't had a chance to take advantage of your customers' birthdays, do that. I actually, Angel Fry gave me an idea a long time ago where your age is your discount up to 50% off because in Mary Kay, we don't look any older than 50. And as my customers base is starting to get older because I'm hitting that 50 mark, getting closer to, they absolutely love it. But again, my goal is to get them using everything in Mary Kay. So birthdays. Now, if you don't have birthdays, this is a great opportunity. And what I did is I sent out birthday messages to say, hey, I don't have your birthday. And I do a special deal or I do birthday specials for you. Would you be willing to share that with me? And because when I went through my list, I wrote down everybody's birthday, who I had and who I didn't have. And like I didn't have half of the people's birthdays. And I'm like, I am missing out. So what I did, again, using the special deal sheet, I said, hey, since I missed your birthday, your age is your discount up to 50% off because in Mary Kay, we don't look any older than 50. So if she's, 33, that was her discount. But again, I sent this sheet to her as well. So if her birthday was last month and I didn't recognize her, I said, I'm gonna acknowledge that your birthday is this month and you get to use that discount. So that's one way that you can maximize July as well too, is go through your customer list, see who you've got birthdays, send them birthday messages and then start going forward and send them a card in the mail every single month that goes out, that you follow up on the 15th and maybe again the last 3 days of the month. The other one is, remember back in March when we learned that the cream to powder foundations were going away? I use that to my ability. I don't like it when products go away. I truly don't. But I also know that I
Heather does
can.
not love change, guys. Get your, you're like, no, I do not.
That might be my age as well too, or my location. I don't know. There's a lot of different things. I got issues. Um, so when Trust me, I've connected the company and given them, this is how much I sell this product, not realizing the change is good. You should have seen what happened when the classic basic line went away. I lost my ever-loving mind. Okay, now and here's why I do what I do. The funny part is, Heather, when Mocha Freeze went away, I had a customer. That's all she wore was Mocha Freeze. She ordered it in like two or three. I'm like, she just won't notice. She just won't notice. She noticed. And when
Mm,
I couldn't get it, and we didn't have the ways, the means to make it happen, I was like, I lost her because I didn't do my job as a consultant. So I love it when products go away. And here's why, is because I will connect with them through a voicemail, or I'll call them, or I'll send them a text, say, hey, there is a change that's coming. And I don't like change, but what I do know about change is if I can be in control of the change, I
mhm,
can that's good. And then I can function better.
mhm.
Um, the product that you use that's going away is Ivory 5 Cream to Powder Foundation. Um, I just learned about that. The special that I always do is buy two, get one free. Okay, I'm making profit off of one, but she's stocking it, not on my shelf. It's on her shelf. So if she decides to stop using it, that's on her, not on me. I said, and I know you love that product. Is there anything, how did I write? My special that I always do is buy two, get one free. Do you want to take me up on that deal? Do you want a few of them? I had one gal who ordered 50 Ivory 5 cream to powder foundations. And once I got him to her, I felt good. The ick of change left because I did my job taking care of her. So you use that to your fullest advantage, to move product as well too. So, and then that way you're taking care of your customers. I'm sorry, this is more than just special deals. You get
Uh,
me talking about product and strategy, and I will
well,
just.
I could talk to you about anything. I love it. But that's so true. And we've got a whole bunch of phase outs coming right now. Like we're in the throes of it. Things are already selling out. So take care of your customers. Don't do the they won't notice. It's okay. That's what makes you feel crummy. If you're proactive, how many do you want to order? And they stock it, not you. That's key. They're buying all of it. It's so key. So really communicating with your customers with the several things that we've got leaving us right now. I mean, a lot of color, guys, a lot of color that I use every single day. Lots of color leaving. So make sure that you are stocking up for yourself, duh, but also you are really communicating with your customers so they don't get caught in the lurch
Yeah.
on that.
That's good customer service
Yeah.
because they know that you've got their back. They can trust you. They're going to stay with you. I mean, yeah, I've got multiple examples of all of that. So, and
I,
then when it sells out, when it sells out and my customers don't take advantage of it, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Then they're like, so next time I say something to them, they'll do something because they know to trust me. So,
right, right. Yes, we collectively sold a lot of cleansing bars.
mhm.
And I sold most of them to myself.
Oh, don't, yeah. So when I sold 50 Ivory 5 cream to powders to that one customer, I ordered 50 of the cleansing bars for myself that are in my little stockpile. Don't ask me how many lip primers I have and the blush lip oil. I've got 8. I think I need a few more of those because I love that color. So,
Yep. You better hurry because
I
berry's
know.
already gone. Blush is
I
going
know.
to be right behind it. For sure. Well, Heather, thank you. Thank you for sharing this. You always get me so inspired of what I love about it. And I think everybody that's watching would agree is yes, you're helping us elevate our sales, but it's through 1000% the filter of customer service. And that's what makes me feel really good about having big goals and selling a ton and, doing all those diamondy things. And also, but it's never in spite of a customer, it's always for the sake of a customer, and you never lose focus of that. And I hope everybody watching never loses focus of that, because it has to be what we are about. That's how everything works in this company, in this business. So Heather, you're one of my favorites, girl. I really appreciate your time. Guys, there's a whole bunch that are on with us live, but I'm sure there's gonna be tons of replay. Ask questions in the comments section. I'll make sure that either I answer them or I box Heather and go, hey, can you help me? Can you help me answer this question? Because it is a genius thing. And if we all utilize it, then we can all have the diamonds and all have the stage and all the things. So thank you, Heather, for your time. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We will not be here next week because we will be in North Carolina for seminar, but see you for the week after. And we're going to do some time management stuff, but with a Heather flair, because I can't just teach time management. That would be silly, but I can teach a Heather flair.